Imagine someone warns you about the exact disaster that's coming, but you laugh, ignore it, and move forward like nothing will ever go wrong. Now imagine that disaster arrives and it's worse than anyone thought. That's exactly what just happened. Kash Patel warned him, and now it's too late for Gavin Newsom. Before we begin, if you're someone who values real talk, truth without filters, and the side of the story they don't want you to hear, make sure to like this video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks mainstream politics has it all figured out. You're about to see what they never expected to become public. It wasn't shouted, it wasn't wrapped in a flashy headline. Kash Patel delivered his warning in calm, clear language. But behind that calm was a storm waiting to unfold. Ago, on a quiet political podcast, Kash Patel, former national security official and legal strategist, said this: Newsom's playing with fire. His policies look good in headlines, but lead straight to collapse. And when that collapse comes, it won't just hurt him. It'll shake the system that protects him. Back then, the media barely blinked. Supporters called it partisan fearmongering. But some listened, some took notes, and today, they're the ones saying he was right. Because what was once a warning is now a reality. California, the state Gavin Newsom has shaped in his image, is falling apart. Homelessness is no longer a crisis, it's a humanitarian failure. Crime isn't rising, it's out of control. Major corporations, giants, are pulling out of the state like it's on fire. And average families, they're fleeing too, crushed by cost of living, safety fears, and broken systems. This isn't random, this is a result. The exact result Kash Patel laid out months ago. Piece by piece, he said. Newsom's leadership isn't built on truth. It's built on media protection and political theater. The moment that protection fades, everything else falls with it. And now, that protection is gone. News outlets that once praised him are turning quiet. Party insiders that once pushed him toward the White House are reconsidering. Donors are watching carefully and slowly stepping back. Gavin Newsom, once hailed as a potential president, is now barely holding his state together. And worst of all, he saw it coming, he was told. He was warned by someone who's seen how governments unravel, but he ignored it. Kash Patel didn't just criticize, he gave insight. He pointed to the numbers, the unsustainable spending, the political pandering, the refusal to confront real problems with real solutions. But Newsom kept the cameras rolling. He doubled down on the same failed model. He smiled, he deflected, he blamed others, and now even his allies are running out of excuses. The people aren't fooled anymore. The signs are everywhere. And the once untouchable governor is now answering questions he never thought he'd face, from voters, from the media, and from his own party. This is what happens when you treat warning signs like political noise, when you prioritize image over results, when you believe no one can hold you accountable. It's not just a bad month. It's not just a rough patch. It's the unraveling of a carefully built illusion, one that Kash Patel saw through long before anyone else dared to speak. And now it's too late. Too late to reverse the damage. Too late to stop the exodus. Too late to rebuild the trust. Too late to rewrite the narrative. The warning was real. The consequences are undeniable. And the silence from those who once defended him says more than words ever could. If this moment tells us anything, it's this. Leadership isn't about how loud you speak, it's about how well you listen. And Gavin Newsom didn't listen until the noise became deafening. And while Gavin Newsom scrambles to maintain control, the world is watching. Not just California, not just the United States, but world leaders, international investors, and ordinary people everywhere are observing what happens when image-based politics meets undeniable failure. This isn't just about one man anymore. It's about a political model that's collapsing in real-time. One, where press conferences replace policy, where optics override accountability, where leaders believe they're immune until they're not. Newsom's team continues to spin the story. They point to national issues. They say it's all exaggerated, but that narrative doesn't hold up when people can't walk through their own neighborhoods safely. When businesses pack up and move across the country, when even lifelong Democrats begin to ask, is this really progress? And in the silence left behind, Kash Patel's voice grows louder. Not because he's shouting, but because everything he said is now happening. He didn't just speak truth to power, he spoke truth before the fall. And that's why this story matters. Because right now, in state capitals and media rooms across the country, other leaders are watching California. Some are worried, some are learning, and some. They're hoping no one notices the same patterns in their own backyard. But we see it, we're living it, and the warning has already been delivered. The only question left is this: who's going to listen? Before it's too late for them to. But here's the truth most people won't admit. This was never just about policies. It was about pride. It was about leadership built on performance, not preparation. And when the pressure hit, Newsom didn't rise. He doubled down. He attacked critics. He leaned harder on narratives that had already failed on the ground. That's the danger Kash Patel saw from the very beginning. Because when leaders surround themselves with applause, they stop hearing the warnings. They stop checking the numbers. They stop listening to the people, and when they finally look up, it's already over. The people of California, the ones living paycheck to paycheck, dealing with rising crime, struggling with rent, traffic, taxes, and broken systems. They're not watching speeches anymore. They're watching results, and right now, the results speak for themselves. Gavin Newsom had every opportunity. He had power. He had attention. He even had the national stage set for him. But he gambled everything on illusion, on politics over policy, on comfort over correction. Now, the voters are waking up, and they're not angry at the media or at other parties, or even at Patel. They're angry at the man who told them everything was fine while the foundation was falling apart. What happens next? That's the real story. Will California turn the page? Will the media admit they got it wrong? Will Gavin Newsom accept accountability or keep pretending everything's under control? No one knows. But here's what's clear. Kash Patel saw it coming. He said the quiet part out loud, and now the quiet part has become impossible to ignore. If you believe this story deserves to be seen, don't just scroll away. Give it power. Give it reach. Like the video, share the truth, and if you haven't already, subscribe, because we're not done exposing what's behind the curtain. This is just the beginning. See you in the next one.